Welcome to Bookish and Beyond, Money, where financial wisdom comes to life. In each episode, we break down the world's most impactful finance books, from money management guides to investment biographies. We explore key takeaways, author insights, and draw modern parallels to help you navigate today's financial landscape. Craving even more? Subscribers enjoy exclusive access to detailed book summaries, study guides, and timeline PDFs. Everything you need to deepen your financial savvy. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. This is Bookish and Beyond. Money?
All right, so are you ready to unlock the secrets of Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad?
I think a lot of people are ready for that, yeah.
We're going to break down this book for you and give you all those little nuggets that you can apply to your own life.
Absolutely.
This book is all about contrasting money mindsets, and it's presented through the lens of these two father figures, right?
That's right.
You got the poor dad and the rich dad.
Yeah.
So you've got Kiyosaki's biological father, Guru Dad, who believes in that traditional path, you know?
Right.
Go to school, get good grades.
Get a safe, secure job.
Get a safe, secure job. And he even goes so far as to say the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah, and that's interesting, right? Because he's coming from this perspective that money is somehow bad or tainted.
Right.
But what's interesting is that despite being highly educated and hardworking, he always struggled financially.
He did.
And I think that really highlights a crucial point.
Okay.
That often that traditional advice leads to what Kiyosaki calls the rat race.
Oh, the dreaded rat race.
Yeah, you work hard, you pay your bills, but you never really get ahead.
Right, you're just stuck on that treadmill.
You're on that hamster wheel.
Exactly. And then you've got the rich dad on the flip side, who dropped out of school at 13, but became this self-made entrepreneur, and he had a very different outlook.
Oh, yeah, completely different.
Saying that the lack of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
So his focus wasn't on job security, it was on
financial literacy.
Yes, financial literacy.
And building wealth.
Building wealth, that's it.
Yeah, and it's like Kiyosaki is presenting us with this challenge from the very beginning.
Okay.
Which path are you going to choose?
Yeah.
Are you going to follow that traditional advice that might lead to the rat race?
Right.
Or are you going to embrace a different mindset, a different approach to money?
I love that. And that's where I think the emphasis on financial education that the rich dad really pushes comes into play.
Oh, absolutely.
He believed that schools don't teach you what you really need to know about money.
Yeah, they don't teach you the important stuff.
They don't teach you how to make it work for you.
Exactly.
And there's that great story that he tells in the book about when he was just 9 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And his rich dad said, okay, you guys need to figure out how to make money.
Yeah.
And instead of giving them an allowance, they started collecting used toothpaste tubes.
What?
Melting down the lead and casting it into nickels.
That's incredible.
I know. It's a fascinating story.
That's amazing.
Now, some people might see that as exploitation, but I think the rich dad's intention was really to foster a different mindset in these young boys.
Right. He wanted to instill this entrepreneurial spirit.
Entrepreneurial spirit. He wasn't just handing them money.
No.
He was teaching them to be resourceful and creative.
It was about problem solving.
Yes.
Seeing opportunity where other people just see obstacles.
And I think that's a really key takeaway for our listeners. Definitely. How can you start to develop that same kind of...
Yeah. How can you think outside the box?
Financial creativity.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, here's where things get really interesting in the book.
Okay.
Kiyosaki introduces this seemingly simple but powerful concept.
Okay.
Assets versus liabilities.
Okay.
And he really flips the script on conventional wisdom here.
He does. He challenges a lot of the assumptions.
He does. He says that an asset puts money in your pocket.
Okay.
While a liability takes money out of your pocket.
I see.
And he even goes so far as to say that a house is not always an asset.
That's a big one, right?
That's a big one, right?
Because I think a lot of people think, oh, if I own a house,
I'm set.
That's it. I've made it.
Right. That's the American dream.
Right. Exactly.
So explain this to me, though.
Well, Kiyosaki argues that if your house is draining your resources every month through those mortgage payments, property taxes, upkeep, and it's not generating any income, then it's acting more like a liability than an asset.
Interesting.
It's pulling money out of your pocket every single month.
So it's not about whether you own it or not. It's about
the cash flow.
the cash flow.
Okay.
Exactly. So what does qualify as an asset in Kiyosaki's world then?
Things that generate income or appreciate in value over time.
Got it.
So think businesses, stocks, bonds, intellectual property.
So it's all about
having your money work for you.
having your money work for you.
Not you working for money.
Okay. And he even uses the example of Ray Kroc's and McDonald's to kind of illustrate this point.
Yeah.
And what's so fascinating is that Ray Kroc's didn't get rich by selling burgers.
No, he didn't.
He saw the real estate, his prime locations, as the key asset.
Yeah, he understood the power of leverage.
Yeah.
Building a system where the assets work for you.
Right.
Generating wealth. Even while you sleep.
Even while you're sleeping.
And that's really the core of minding your own business.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so tell me more about that.
It's about creating your own financial system, your own wealth-generating machine.
So you're not relying on a paycheck?
No, you're not trading your time for money.
You're building something bigger.
Exactly.
Okay, and that leads us to, I think, the central message of Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Right, let's hear it.
The rich don't work for money. They have money work for them.
And that's the goal, right?
That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, to get your money working for you.
Right, and to achieve that, Kiyosaki breaks down income into 3 categories.
Okay, I like categories. Break it down for me.
You got earned income, passive income, and portfolio income.
Okay, so earned income, that's your typical paycheck.
That's your 9 to 5.
Okay, passive income, what's that?
That's the money that flows in from assets.
Oh, okay.
Like rental properties,
right,
online businesses, dividends.
Got it.
And then portfolio income that's generated from investments.
Like stocks and bonds.
Exactly. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, things like that.
Okay. I'm starting to get the picture here.
So the goal is to build up those passive income streams. Yeah. So that your money is working as hard as you are.
Make that money work.
Make that money work.
Yeah.
But Kiyosaki acknowledges that it's not always easy.
Right.
He outlines 5 major obstacles to building wealth.
Okay. What are those?
Fear, cynicism, laziness, bad habits, and arrogance.
Sounds like he's talking about me.
Maybe all of us a little bit.
Yeah, probably.
But he doesn't just list these obstacles. He digs into the why.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah.
So why fear?
Because fear can paralyze you from taking calculated risks.
Makes sense.
And cynicism can blind you to opportunities.
Okay.
And laziness, well,
I think we all know what that is.
I think we all know what that is.
Yeah.
And he even shares this cautionary tale about a friend who inherited a fortune.
Oh, no.
But squandered it all on this poorly planned advertising campaign.
Oh, he had all the resources, but didn't know how to manage it.
Didn't know how to use it.
Yeah.
Which highlights the danger of bad financial habits.
You can have all the money in the world.
Right.
But if you don't have the knowledge and the discipline,
exactly,
it can disappear just as quickly.
So for our listeners out there, think about it. Which of these obstacles might be holding you back?
Yeah, that's a good question.
From reaching those financial goals.
And even more importantly, what steps can you take to overcome them?
Because ultimately, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is about changing your mindset.
It is.
It's about taking control of your financial future.
Absolutely.
But how do you actually do that? Well, stay tuned, because in the next part of our deep dive, we're going to explore Kiyosaki's 10 actionable steps to achieving financial freedom.
Can't wait.
I'm excited about this one.
Me too.
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay, so we're back and ready to dig into those 10 steps that Kiyosaki lays out for achieving financial freedom.
I'm excited about this.
But before we get into those, I think it'd be helpful to kind of hear how Kiyosaki himself applied these principles in his own life.
Right. Was he able to actually walk the walk?
Yeah. Did he walk the walk? It's one thing to talk the talk, but did he actually live by these principles?
Exactly.
And the answer is he did.
Yeah.
One of the most striking stories in the book, I think, is when he decided to leave his job at Xerox.
Oh, wow.
He had this secure, well-paying job.
Yeah, that goes against everything his poor dad believed in.
Right.
Security, stability.
Can you imagine the conversations at the dinner table?
Oh, I can only imagine.
But he was determined to build his own path to financial freedom.
Yeah.
And that meant breaking away from that traditional corporate ladder.
So what did he do? Did he jump right into some big business venture?
He actually started pretty small.
Okay.
He bought this modest 2-bedroom house as a rental property.
Okay.
He understood that building wealth takes time and patience.
Yeah, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, exactly.
So build that solid foundation.
He wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty.
Yeah, roll up your sleeves
and learn as he went.
Exactly. And later he sold that property and used the proceeds to buy a 12-unit apartment building.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a classic example of minding your own business.
Right, taking control of your finances.
Yeah.
Creating that wealth-generating system.
Your own little empire.
I like it. So for our listeners out there, it sounds like you don't need a ton of money or this brilliant business idea to get started.
No, you don't.
It's about taking those first steps.
Even if they're small.
Even if they're small.
Just get started.
Get started. And Kiyosaki also emphasizes the importance of seeing opportunity where others see risk.
Oh, that's huge.
And he talks about this time during a real estate downturn in Phoenix.
Okay.
Where he saw a chance to acquire these undervalued properties.
So he was being strategic.
He was being strategic.
Yeah, he wasn't just buying anything.
No, he was looking for deals.
He was using his financial intelligence?
He was using his financial intelligence to make smart investments.
I like it.
So it was a combination of understanding the market and having the courage to act when others were hesitant.
Right, because everyone else was probably scared.
They were scared.
Yeah. Oh, no, the market's crashing.
It's risky.
He saw the opportunity.
He saw the opportunity, and I'm sure there were times when he felt fear or doubt.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, who doesn't?
Right. So how did he deal with those inevitable emotional hurdles?
Well, Kiyosaki talks a lot about his own struggles with fear.
Okay.
And he learned to reframe it.
Okay.
To see it as a signal that he was pushing his boundaries.
Interesting.
Stepping outside of his comfort zone.
Okay.
And he even talks about adopting the mindset of a Texan when it comes to risk.
Wait, a Texan? What's so special about a Texan's attitude toward risk?
Well, according to Kiyosaki, Texans think big.
Oh, okay.
And they understand that losses are inevitable.
Oh, right.
So they don't let fear paralyze them.
So it's about embracing the journey, the ups and downs, and knowing that failure is just part of the process?
Exactly. Failure is not something to be feared.
Okay.
It's a learning opportunity.
It's a learning opportunity. And he also stresses the importance of mentorship.
Oh, yeah. Finding someone who's been there, done that.
Learning from those who have already achieved success.
Absolutely.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Having a mentor can provide invaluable insights, support accountability.
Yeah, someone to bounce ideas off of.
Yeah, someone to be in your corner.
Yeah.
Now, for our listeners out there, let's connect this back to your own journey.
Okay.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad is filled with so many valuable takeaways.
It is.
But first and foremost, it's about shifting your mindset about money.
Okay. How do we do that?
So instead of thinking, I can't afford that, ask yourself, how can I afford that?
Oh, I like that.
It's that subtle shift.
It's a perspective shift.
It's a perspective shift.
Yeah.
Instead of focusing on the limitations, you start looking for possibilities.
I love it.
And of course, it's crucial to understand the difference between an asset and a liability.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
We've talked about it, but it's really the cornerstone.
It is the foundation
of building wealth. Focus on acquiring assets that put money in your pocket. Not liabilities that drain your resources.
So ditch those liabilities.
Ditch those liabilities and remember the concept of minding your own business.
Oh, yeah. Create that system.
Create a system that generates passive income.
Whether it's real estate, investments, side hustle.
It's about having your money work for you even while you sleep.
Make that money work.
Make that money work. And Kiyosaki also stresses the importance of financial education.
Yes.
Don't rely solely on traditional sources like schools or advisors.
Right. Take control of your own learning.
Be proactive. Become your own financial expert.
Absolutely.
And finally, remember the most important step.
What's that?
Take action.
Yes.
Knowledge without action is meaningless.
It's just theory.
It's just theory. So start small experiment, learn, and adjust as you go.
So it's okay to make mistakes.
It's okay to make mistakes.
It's part of the process.
It's part of the process, all right. But Kiyosaki doesn't shy away from more complex topics either.
Oh, like what?
He delves into things like the power of corporations.
Okay.
The importance of understanding tax laws.
Ooh. That sounds a little intimidating.
It can be, but he emphasizes that the wealthy use these systems to their advantage.
Right.
And anyone can learn to do the same.
So it's not about being...
It's not just about being hardworking.
It's about being financially intelligent?
Financially intelligent, exactly. And he also emphasizes the importance of giving back.
Oh, that's important.
Using your wealth to make a positive impact.
Absolutely.
It's not just about accumulating wealth.
It's about making a difference.
It's about making a difference. And now, we've talked a lot about the positive aspects of Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Right.
But it's also faced some criticism.
Of course, every book does.
Every book does, right.
Yeah.
And some people say that he oversimplifies certain concepts and promotes some potentially risky strategies.
Right. It's important to remember that this book is based on his personal experiences.
Right. What worked for him might not work for everyone.
Exactly. And it's always wise to do your own research.
Absolutely.
And seek advice from financial professionals.
Yes. Always consult with a professional.
Before making any big decisions.
Before making any big decisions, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is really meant to be a starting point.
A catalyst.
A catalyst for changing how you think about money.
Yeah. To get you thinking differently.
It's about empowering yourself to take control of your financial future.
It's a spark to ignite your own financial journey.
I love that now we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
But we haven't yet tackled those 10 actionable steps that Kiyosaki outlines for achieving financial freedom.
Right. We kind of danced around them a little bit.
We danced around them, but are you ready to dive into those?
I am. Let's do it.
Okay, are you ready? We're about to break down those 10 steps.
Hit me with it.
Those 10 steps that Kiyosaki outlines in Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Let's hear them.
For achieving financial freedom.
Right. And it's not about winning the lottery or stumbling upon some secret formula.
Right.
It's about changing your approach to money.
Uh-huh.
And these steps kind of offer a practical roadmap for doing just that.
Okay, roadmap. I like that.
So step 1 might sound a little counterintuitive.
Right.
Stop doing what you're doing.
Wait, what?
I know, right? It's about taking a step back.
Okay.
And honestly assessing your current financial situation.
So like a financial self-audit.
Yeah. Are your actions actually moving you closer to your goals?
Okay, so if what you're doing isn't working...
If it's not working...
Change it up.
Change it up. And that leads perfectly into step 2. Control your cash flow.
Okay, budgeting.
Budgeting, tracking your expenses.
Making sure you know where your money is going.
Exactly. It's about making conscious spending choices that align with your financial goals.
Not just mindlessly swiping that credit card.
No. No mindless swiping. Step 3 should be familiar by now.
I think I know this one.
Know the difference between an asset and a liability?
Assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out.
Got it.
So we've talked about houses.
Right.
But what about that shiny new car you've been wanting?
Oh.
Or that credit card debt you've racked up from impulse purchases?
Yeah. Are those helping or hurting?
Are they helping or are they hurting your financial progress?
That's a good question to ask yourself.
And step 4, mind your own business, encourages you to create a system that generates wealth independent of your job.
Okay, so it's not necessarily about quitting your job right away.
No, not necessarily.
It's about building something else.
It's about building something on the side.
Okay.
Investments, a side hustle, rental properties.
That can provide more financial security.
Long-term financial freedom.
I like it.
Okay, step 5 might sound a little intimidating.
Okay.
The history of taxes and the power of corporations.
I'm not a tax expert.
I'm not either. But Kiyosaki believes that the wealthy understand these systems and use them strategically.
Right.
He encourages us to do the same.
So learn the rules of the game.
Learn the rules of the game, become financially savvy.
Okay.
Utilize legal structures to protect your assets and minimize your tax burden.
Play smart.
Play smart, exactly. Step 6 is where things get a little more creative.
Okay. I like creativity.
The rich invent money.
What does that even mean?
It's about developing that entrepreneurial mindset.
Okay.
Seeing opportunities where others see roadblocks.
Right.
He talks about a time when he purchased 6 houses in Phoenix for a steal during a real estate downturn.
Wow.
It's about having the vision and the guts to make bold moves when the time is right.
Be bold.
Be bold. All right. Step 7 emphasizes, I think, a crucial mindset shift.
All right.
Work to learn, don't work for money.
So it's not just about chasing a paycheck.
No, it's about investing in yourself.
Acquiring knowledge and skills.
Building your own toolkit for success.
I love that.
Step 8 is all about confronting those internal roadblocks we talked about earlier.
The fear, the cynicism.
The laziness, the bad habits, the arrogance.
Right. All that stuff.
Kiyosaki offers some practical strategies for overcoming these.
Okay.
He emphasizes self-discipline and mental fortitude.
So it's about mastering your mind.
Mastering your mindset. Step 9 is simple but powerful.
What is it?
Get started.
Just do it.
Just do it. Knowledge without action is useless.
It's all talk.
All talk. no action, start small experiment, learn from your experience.
So it's a process.
It's a process. It's about building momentum one step at a time.
Okay.
And finally, step 10.
The final step.
Still want more? Here's some to-dos.
He's giving us homework.
He's giving us homework. It's about committing to continuous learning.
Never stop learning.
Read, attend seminars, network with successful people.
Surround yourself with the right people.
Surround yourself with the right people and never stop expanding your financial knowledge.
Be a lifelong student.
Be a lifelong student of wealth creation, and those are Kiyosaki's 10 steps.
Right.
But remember, this isn't some magic formula.
Great.
It's a framework for thinking differently about money and taking control of your financial destiny.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad is really a catalyst.
It's a spark
to get you started on your own journey.
Take what resonates with you, adapt it to your own situation, and start building a life of financial freedom.
Financial freedom and abundance.
And remember, it's not just about getting rich. It's about having more choices, more opportunities, and the ability to live life on your own terms.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. So for our listeners out there, what will you do with this newfound knowledge?
What small step can you take today
to start minding your own business
and creating a brighter financial future for yourself?
The power is in your hands.
You got this.
Keep learning, keep growing, and never stop striving for those financial dreams.
That's it for this deep dive on Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
We'll catch you next time on The Deep Dive.